Happy birthday, Willpower.
Thank you. Okay.
William Power.
Okay. As you record this, it is currently my birthday because it is past midnight on August 1st. Thank you very much, Terry, for doing that.
I had to make sure everyone knew.
Yes, thank you. That's super sweet of you. What a great way to be spending my 25th birthday than to be with Babalisa.
Filming an episode of MFL Total Access.
MFL Total Access, baby. Nothing I like more than that.
Glad you're here. You're not at camp. Back from
100%. Yeah. No, it feels great to be here, back with the boys, back at MFL, and the girls too, of course. We got a crazy week to recap.
Upsets, non-upsets, blowouts, tight games. We saw it all, eh?
We saw it all this week, but thanks for the birthday shout out.
Hey, anytime. Jeff didn't get much love from for filling in for you last week. Yeah, I didn't see any comments, anything like thank you. Like I feel we could have just left the non-Division 2
I think
preview. People
would have been happier to see me preview the wrong game than to see Jack preview the right game.
I guess it was that, eh? I still have the clip if anyone wants it, so.
Of the preview.
Of the wrong previews. Also, we don't have the winner yet. We'll do that live on the show. At the end of the show.
Yes.
We got the list. There's about, I'd say 20 different names, a total of like 60 total names, because we decided to give a point for every time you commented.
Per vote.
So, I mean, you can fast forward to the end right now to see who if you won and come back. But, we'll do that at the end of the show.
Did you shuffle?
No, not yet.
So you will shuffle?
Yeah, I have all the names. I have all the names one after the other, and then I'll shuffle it once, and then we'll spin the wheel.
Hey, I'm pumped. Can I press the button for good luck?
Yeah, of course.
Let's go.
It's your birthday after all, right?
Let's go.
Anything else? We're all at Arthur Terrier. We'll be back at Arthur Terrier. This may or may not be the last episode of this season.
Yes, we're currently deciding what we will do after.
Because Will's at Jesus Camp again next week, so
yes.
Jeff didn't get that much love, so not sure if it's worth making a show.
I think it'd be cool if you guys did the show. We'll definitely, after I come back from Jesus Camp, we'll try and film the show in between a busy schedule.
I'm going to be in Greece by then.
That is true.
Let us know if you want a show to recap the finals, and let us know if Will's not there, if it's fine.
I mean, obviously it's not fine, but we'll make do. Gotta make do with what you have.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. Thanks for shout out to Jeff for filling out for me last week. Appreciate that. But yeah.
So before starting, I think we'll obviously go over the games that happened.
Yes.
But I think we should spend much more time on previewing the games that are gonna happen.
Totally. And I think we should make our picks here because they're not gonna be in the article. Realistically, right? They just won't be in the article.
All right, we can make our picks as we're previewing the games. So let's start with D1.
Because I told the folks to look at the article, and they looked at the article of picks of last regular season, so didn't work.
So we start Division 1?
Yep. You want to start? You want me to start?
You want to start with your game, I guess?
Sure.
So it's the end of an era.
Yes. Yeah. Outlaws, A-team, very good game. Both defenses played well in this game. I think, there were very few points in this game where you felt either team had it in control, right? There were times where Outlaws had the lead, and early in the game, A-team scored first, got the 2 points to be up 8-0. Obviously, that's not going to be enough to beat a team led by the Outlaws. So it was a back and forth game in the sense that it was a seesaw of emotions, and you never really knew who had it, but it wasn't that really 50-46 type of game that maybe people were hoping for, looking for. Final score being 28-26.
Surprising that both teams scored under 30, right?
Yeah, it was surprising. I think if you're doing an over-under for that game, Terry, it's probably 71.5, something around there.
That's actually one that makes sense compared to your 97 of over-unders, right?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time I'm spot on. I think I'd be even more spot on to pick the under in that one. But yeah, good game. Halftime we had the lead. Second half, Outlaws came out strong. They took the lead. We took lead. They took lead again. And literally coming down to the last play of the game. Shout out to Ashton getting a TD on a post route, keeping both feet, or keeping a foot and a shin inbounds that qualifies as 2 feet. And to bring A-team to a championship in their first ever season.
I didn't see the play. We'll start with that. But I showed you the Trevon Diggs interception in 2020 against the Eagles, and you said it was exactly that.
Yeah.
It is hard. It's very hard to get a shin in without getting your knee on the line.
Yeah.
But if a part of your shin touches inside the field before your knee touches the line, like
Yes.
clear and obviously before,
Right.
well, then it's a catch, right?
Right.
If it happens at the same time, it's not a catch.
It's out of bounds, right.
A part of your shin counts as 2 feet.
Yeah. So I was asked after the game what I thought I would have called it in or out. I said it was very close.
Yeah.
Very close, and I would have called it out. But judging by your explanation and now knowing that the shin and the knee are not together, right? If the shin hits first and the knee hits out afterwards.
It's not like if you're like on your tippy toes
Right.
and you're back towards the back line and then your heel falls on the line.
Then it's incomplete.
That would be incomplete.
Right.
So you'd have to like essentially like hop out.
Yeah.
Whereas like any other body part, it's like if the body part touches in before the rest of it touches out. So like my forearm could be like inside and then like the rest of my forearm touches the line.
Right.
But if my first part of the forearm touched in first, it's not like the foot where like it's the whole foot, right?
It's a continuation.
Yeah, the foot has like a specific rule to
Right.
it.
Right.
And the rest of the body is just like any inch of your body, right?
Yeah.
It's like if your nose touched in and then the rest of your body fell out.
Right.
The only exception are the hands.
Okay.
Like hands do not. If you only have a hand in,
Right.
Like you do a handstand, for example, you're not in.
Totally. I thought you were saying nose to maybe reference yours truly.
I was.
Yeah, I got that. But all kidding aside, I'd say like in my unbiased opinion afterwards and hearing your explanation, it was a very tight call. I do think it was in I think he got a foot in, then his shin, and then he hit out. But yeah, a lot of plays were made in that game. A lot of great defensive plays were made in the game too. Shout out to Dave to clutch up really on that last drive. And he hasn't played D1 in a long time. Played D1 this season, and
We played D1 last fall with Honor Game.
We were D2.
No, you were D2 in the spring, and then
Yes.
they were D1 in the fall when you were with Henchman.
Oh yes, that's correct. But yes, touche. My bad. Sorry, Dave. I forgot because I wasn't on the team there. But you're right. Good call. Dave hasn't consistently played D1. Playing D1 now with the new roster and a lot of guys he hasn't thrown to before.
First D1 playoff game, I believe.
Yes, and to get the win, especially against a team as good as the Outlaws, feels good to stop the dynasty too. But good game, great season by Outlaws, of course. I know obviously that you guys wanted to win the chip, but nothing to feel too upset about there. I think these teams play 10 times this season. It goes 5-5. For some reason, Outlaws A-team / Henchman games are always close.
Yeah, and Ashton clearly balling out in this game.
Yes.
3 catches, all 3 going for touchdowns.
Yeah.
For a total of 52 yards, getting an interception on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Both rushers must have been key in this game, getting 3 sacks each, Remy and Hinsley.
Yes.
Um,
Hinsley got a non-sack that was called a handguard on Steve. So technically a 4th sack.
That would have went down.
That would have gone down as a sack?
Stats. Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure that would be entered as a
Okay,
sack. Yeah,
got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hinsley, even when he wasn't getting sacks, he was putting pressure on
Yeah,
Steve.
and you know how it's hard to put pressure on Steve because the ball off so quickly, right?
Right.
And this was a back and forth game. Like I was following unfortunately I had a wedding another
Yeah,
wedding.
what's new? Another wedding
So I
on
couldn't-
Saturday.
I had to leave right after the Thunder Buddies game, and I was following the score, and then I saw that Outlaw scored with under 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And they were up 4 points. Unfortunately, couldn't get the 2 points to make it like a full 6.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can't see a team coming back. Like I'm gonna be honest. That's what I told myself. I'm like, okay, we got this.
Yeah.
And then you guys scored. I was refreshing the page. I'm like, no way that just happened. Like, no way that just happened. Like,
Terry, it was nuts. Like, I don't think Lorianne got it on clip. Maybe she got the celebration afterwards, but it was like a complete mess. We were just jumping on each other, and like I was in the middle, and it was kind of like a scene from a movie. It was, I think the only way you could have kind of written that game was so back and forth that it had to come down to the last play.
Yeah.
And
I'm surprised to see, like, looking at the quarterback stats and the game stats and the score, like, it looks like it was, like, the defense just clutched up more.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to believe, right? Like,
Right.
in a game like this, you think it'd be, like, offensive fireworks and a shootout and everything. And, like, yeah, like, neither quarterback throwing for 200 yards, neither going for over 4 touchdowns. Yeah, like, no receiver for over 100 yards when you got a bunch of ballers on this field. Like,
a lot of these defenders seem to be flying all over the place. Like there was a play I remember where Svetna usually plays at the 1, and he crashed from the 1 and jumped like a 5-yard hook with his long arms. And like that was kind of what defenses were playing. They were seeing routes, they were jumping routes, and like even though there wasn't a ton of interceptions, there was a lot of PDs in this game. That like if he was going to catch the ball, he was going to have to earn it, and a lot of times it was in his hands, and it would just be knocked out. It was like one of those gritty old school football games. I think that like if you would have asked me before, would there be 8 touchdowns total? I said maybe 8 touchdowns per team. But 8 touchdowns total in the game. Yeah, it was another game that comes down to converts, right? Like we talk about two evenly matched teams. We were able to get our first convert at the end there. If Outlaws get their convert and we don't get it at the end, maybe the game goes to overtime. So a lot of times in the playoffs comes down to those points after touchdowns.
Outlaws finally not going to be in the finals. Finally not going to be a champion. We're going to have a new D1 champion for the first time in 5 seasons.
That's insane. That's insane.
That is really insane. Yeah.
And you obviously you're a part of that team even though you're injured.
Of course.
Do you the feeling is obviously that of course you wanted to win the championship this year, but in a sense it gives you time to reflect and say wow, we had a good run. Where now that the run is quote unquote over for this season, it's to win 5 straight is difficult, so it allows you guys the chance to kind of reflect on that, right?
Yeah, refresh, regroup, and win another 5 straight after this one.
All right.
That's the goal, right?
See what A-Team has to say about that.
Is A-Team even coming back after this season?
Hey, your guess is as good as mine. Let's just focus on winning this chip, boys.
Yeah, seriously. But, obviously it gives us time to reflect. In the moment, I'm sure guys weren't happy.
Of course, yeah.
But I feel I'd say this even if I wasn't an outlaw, but I still feel it needs to be said. Winning 5 straight championships in any division, in any league, in any sport is a huge feat. And it's if anyone else could do it, congratulations, I'll take my hat off. And the league only gets better and better. So if anyone else does it, it'll probably be an even bigger feat than outlaws who did it in those years.
Yeah, good assessment.
But it's very, very hard to believe that anyone, including outlaws or any other team, can repeat something like that.
In any division.
In any division, any league, any sports, whatever. It's really, really hard. Now with the cap system in place, it's just going to make it that much harder, right?
Right, for sure. Good to see that new cap next season.
Yeah, that hard cap. Hard.
Yeah, capital H.
Anything else you want to say? I don't want to cut your moment of fame.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a great win by us. Told the boys after the game though, beating Outlaws was great. Job is not done.
Don't make it your championship, eh?
No. It's exactly.
Because now we could tell you, in all honesty, congratulations on that win.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, Chad gets that. But no, totally. We played it like it was a Super Bowl, but we cannot play as if it was a Super Bowl heading into next game. We got to play next week a Super Bowl. We're gonna play a good Centurions team that were 0-2 again. So hopefully we beat them this time.
Speaking about that game, before we dissect it, what do you want to say? Straight out, give me a one-liner. What shocks you? What didn't shock you? What do you think about Centurions winning or about Gokuk losing? Well, were you ready to move on to the next game?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you got to say? Because I have something I want to say.
Gokuk's inability to score points.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been 5 straight seasons that Outlaws won.
Yes.
This is technically the 6th season since a non-Outlaws team won.
Yes.
That last team to win a D1 championship was Gokuk in fall of 2018. 2018. Gokuk have not made a finals appearance since then.
Wow.
Not only have they not won a championship in those 5 seasons, they have not made a finals appearance. And we know that they have maybe 10, 12 guys on the roster and only 4 show up, 5, 6 show up, and those guys on vacation, a lot of guys injured.
Yeah.
And they obviously didn't have it in their favor with the roster, right?
Yeah.
And even in seasons past, the roster still wasn't there, but they have such a plethora of guys that they know that have been in this Gokuk organization. And it's so hard to believe that this team with the talent they have and Dom LaFleur with the great quarterback that he is, he's regarded as some top 3 quarterback in NFL, right?
Right.
Easily top 5, top 3, maybe. At one point, he was the best quarterback.
Right.
Right.
And the best player in the league, right?
Yeah, best player in the league.
Yeah.
When we made that top 10 videos, Dom was number 1.
Yeah.
Even though I think that video never came out, I think it stopped at 2.
On,
Dom was number 1.
Okay,
I think that was sometime during that. I think it was maybe the year after they won that championship, or something.
Right.
So I was thinking about it. I'm it's crazy. It's crazy that in those 5 seasons, this team's been so good. They've had dominant games, dominant runs.
Yeah.
They have a dominant quarterback, which is the most important position, right?
Yes, of course.
And no one could run the way Dom runs. Dom, if he wants, he could be unstoppable, right?
Yeah.
As good as Steve or Max are, they can't do what Dom does, right?
Definitely not.
And we'd call them the kids. They're a young team.
That's what I mean.
And all that. And it's crazy that I just want to take some time to reflect on that. It's crazy that they haven't been in the finals in 5 seasons, playing D1. I think in every one of those seasons, maybe they took 1 season off.
Yeah.
And at most, and they have the same group of guys. That chemistry is there.
Yeah.
And this time playing Centurions in the season they had, coming off that semifinal OT loss in this fall, you would think they break. They break through. They would make it to the finals. 18 beat Outlaws. This is maybe their year, right?
I think that it says it all when all 4 of us in the media crew picked Gokuk, right? I know the picks weren't released. Yeah. We did our own private picks, and all 4 of us had picked Gokuk. I just think the momentum is key to heading into playoffs and in the playoffs momentum is huge. And Gokok looked like, you said, the Gokok of 2018 in fall. They played with swag, maybe a tad bit of cockiness, believed in themselves.
This is okay.
Yeah, exactly. But like that's like not like too much, like just borderline.
As long as you're respectful.
Exactly, totally. And I thought that was a Gokok team we're going to see against Centurions.
Especially since they smacked them like a couple of weeks ago, right?
Exactly, and of course we knew Gokok weren't going to have some other players. Neither did Centurions, right?
Centurions also missing guys.
That's what I mean. So we can't necessarily let them completely off the hook from that. Centurions missing their snapper / best defensive player for most of the season there.
Yeah.
I turned back a few times in the game, and I just saw Dom being contained.
By Francis
very well, and it was like Dom did have time to throw, but it wasn't the time to throw where he's beating the rusher and he's getting guys open. It's the rusher's in his face, the rusher's containing him, the rusher's doing what he needs to do, and I believe Francis only got 2 sacks in the game, but like he had a 5 sacks performance by the way he played.
He also held Dom to an average of 3 yards per attempt.
That's what I mean.
6 times for 20 yards.
And like it was looked over, and Dom was like, "Okay, it's like it was like a grenade." He's like, "Okay, I have to get it off," and he would throw it off, and it would be intercepted. So shout out to Francis having a stellar game in this one, and like you love giving love to your rushers,
100%.
Terry. And he only had 2 sacks in this game, but he had his performance was much more valuable than those 2 sacks.
Yeah, Dom was obviously his top 2 receivers on the season, Vince and Bress. Who, like, Bress only played 6 games, had 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
Vince being his snapper, he played all 10 games. Unfortunately, I think he was away on vacation this past weekend.
Yeah.
He had almost 400 yards in the season, 8 touchdowns, being his, like, security blanket.
Sure hands. Yeah,
sure hands, security blanket. And, like, yes, you're just, like, unstable at that point. Like, you're not used to what you've had all season long.
Yeah.
But I still think that, like, Dom is a good enough player to put up more than 12 points in this game. He's still playing with familiar faces.
Yes.
That couple guys subbing with familiar faces. They had Alex... last name that you pronounce so well, Slipsky.
Oh, my boy. Yeah, Zablitsky. Yeah, Zablitsky. Sorry, I thought you were talking about
like a more.
Alex Zablitsky. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were talking about someone on the roster.
I'm saying they had their subs were Chuck and Prue in this game, who they've played with before.
For sure.
Plus, Alex is also like he subs in every team in D1, so he knows like D1 pretty well right now.
Subs in every team in NFL.
Yeah,
and like Chucky's not only does he have rapport with Dom, but he's a good receiver.
Yeah, 100%. They had not going to say they had a better roster on paper in this game than Centurions, but they had a good enough roster to keep this game a lot closer than it was.
Okay, if I told you the final score was 42-12.
I think there's more chances that would be for Gokok.
I mean, that's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
If you told me the final score without who won, I would have picked, because I picked Gokok too, but like I was thinking a blowout favors Gokok too, just by the way they were playing.
The last time we saw them play, it was a blowout for Gokok.
Yeah.
Okay, we've spoken about Gokok. Time to give praise to Centurions.
Yes.
Because this team's going to the finals.
Centurions.
Gabor Chambeau having like a almost perfect game, 26 for 35, 230 yards, 6 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah.
Louis, 11 catches for 90 yards, 3 touchdowns. François Hamel, last time we saw him was in a playoff game, I think last year.
Yeah.
He got 3 touchdowns. He got 3 touchdowns again. 9 catches for 85 yards. Also getting 2 picks in this game. Who is this guy?
Yeah, for real. But that's Centurions, where they just plug in guys and they make plays.
Yeah, so like
it's a system.
We're seeing, even though they were like decimated with injuries or like absent players and guys not there, by the score and the way they won this game, the 6-0 Centurions team were 5-0. They once were they?
I think they were 6-0 at one point.
Yeah, that they were early on in the season when we were calling them the number 1 team.
Yeah.
No 1B, number 1 in the power rankings, and they were in the finals.
Yep.
When you guys won this game, who were you hoping to win in the other semifinals?
That's a good question. I think we were hoping to face Gokok just because the last time we played them, we felt we really got manhandled.
So you wanted to prove it?
Yes, exactly. And it was
one. Would you want to face the team that's maybe an easier matchup?
I'm not sure. Centurions are 2-0 against us.
I'm not saying they're easier matchups. Like saying you didn't get manhandled in that way. Like I feel like
like Centurions the last time we played them. Yeah, exactly. We lost badly, but we were 5 guys, and I think that we kind of wanted that rematch against Gokok, and we know the guys, and it's always kind of that like friendly, borderline, aggressive game when a team plays Gokok. But we're happy we get a 3rd chance to play Centurions, and hopefully 3rd time's the charm.
And so you guys didn't really have like Dave didn't say like he'd much rather play this team or that team.
No, we were happy to be in the finals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before previewing the finals now.
Yes.
I was thinking about it. And, like, I think my finals matchup preseason were like Outlaws, Gokok, and I was thinking about it. I'm like, if I would have asked you to, excluding Bitter Boys, to give me two teams that are going to make the finals. The most unlikely two teams, and include Holy Trollers in there.
Yeah.
I think it would have been A-Team and Centurions.
I think that's fair.
I think that, like, in my mind, before the season started, Cook, Outlaws, Trollers, the finals would have been composed of two out of those three teams.
Yeah.
And no offense against you guys, I just that's how I felt, and that's how, like, Division 1 has been going in the past years, right?
Yeah.
So to see Centurions and A-Team, a team that's, I know it's like henchman / honor game, more concentrated honor game, maybe like honor game and Will, basically.
Yeah.
So like honor game before Will left.
And Andrew.
Oh yeah, Andrew. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true, Andrew. So yeah, okay.
Got you, Flash.
A new team make it to the finals. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great for the league.
Yeah.
Centurions, a team who's made it to back-to-back finals in Division 2, winning Division 2, going up to Division 1. I think it's been maybe their third season now.
Yeah.
Making it to the finals. That's also great.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a great game.
Like this is fresh for the league. You know what I mean? Like this is like a fresh storyline.
Yeah.
Like it's just good. Like this reminds me of like a Subway sandwich. You know what I mean? Like you get the cucumbers, the lettuce, tomatoes. You know you're always going to get something fresh.
All right.
Fresh.
Last time you guys played, you guys were obviously 5 players, and
Yes.
John, and the move, and this, and that. Hopefully your players stay till the end of the game this time.
Hopefully.
Earlier on the season,
If not, we should be 8 guys though. So
early on the season, they also smacked you, know?
yes, they did.
So why did you got dismantled by Gold Cook? You also got dismantled by...
Yes, but the Go-Kart one was fresher. That excluding the time we were 5 guys against Centurions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So... Oh, wow, yeah, Gold Cook did beat you 26-6. What happened there?
We played god awful. That was the bad A team. That was the B team.
Okay, so since A-Team gave an 18 performance against Outlaws, are we going to expect a bad performance?
Terry, I said it from day one. I'll say it again now. I know we can beat anybody in Division 1, and I also know there's times where we could lose to anyone in Division 1. So it's going to come down to us playing as a team, wanting it more, being together, staying patient no matter what the score is, no matter what happens in the game. But we're excited for this game. And yeah, we know we deserve to be here.
Yeah. No, you definitely deserve to be there. You did beat the 5-time champs. I think, like, I don't know who I'd say is favored in this game, but you guys beating Outlaws definitely like weighs in that balance,
For
right?
sure.
Like, I think Centurions would be the slight favorite based on the season,
Mm-hmm.
but you guys beating Outlaws, I think it's fair that like it's maybe a coin flip right now, and like we know who we're getting out of your guys. We know who's going to show up. We have no idea who's showing up for Centurions. Like literally no idea.
Yeah.
Like if we could assume we're going to get the same team that destroyed Gold Cook, that's going to be a pretty solid team, right?
Yeah.
And like I'm excited to see this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like looking at the 2 times you guys faced them, like it's hard to think that like it's hard to believe that they were both so one-sided, right?
Yeah.
Like what went wrong in that first game? Because I remember I think I reffed that game and it was back and forth in the first half, and then
I think once we got down, we got down. And there were a few nice defensive plays made by Centurion in that one that completely changed the game.
Yeah.
It was a game where we need to score in every possession, and a pick or two would change the game, and a pick or two did change the game.
Were Centurions keeping it simple against Gold Cook, the short game and all that, from what you saw, or not really sure?
Every time I looked over, Centurions were on defense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's weird to say, but it just so happened to be.
Well, Gab averaged 8 yards per completion, so probably. And that's what's working for them. I don't think they should deviate from that. You guys got great tacklers on your team. You got great defenders. But I think that, like, Centurions, if they keep it and they stick to their game plan,
Yeah.
given your inconsistency, I think I'd give them the slight edge. But at the same time, I could see this being a blowout win for A-Team.
Mm-hmm.
I could see A-Team coming out, guns blazing, and just scoring at will.
Yeah.
And Centurions not having an answer the same way they did it for like Gold Cook at one point in the season, right? Like
Right.
it's really hard to predict this game because I feel both teams have been very inconsistent. Centurions were inconsistent in the way that they were like dominating, and then they were kind of like downfalling
For a while.
And you guys were like up and down during your season, right?
Right.
Where your highs were like as high as any team could have, beating the Outlaws, right?
Yeah.
And your lows were like tremendously low, where like
Yes.
it's winning, you're in, and you guys are only 5 players at the field, right? So
Yes.
like I don't know like where this game's gonna go. I'm excited to see these 2 teams in the finals.
Yeah.
It is definitely good for the league.
I think it's a fun matchup, too. I can see this being a low-scoring game.
I hope you guys keep your emotions in check
Yeah.
no matter what happens. And yeah, I don't like.
I can't make the pick in this one, and we're not going to make picks in the article, so
Yeah.
you're on the spot.
Well, before that, do you want to talk about any? I don't talk about any game plan and all that. Like, what do you think your keys to victory would be, or like, what do you think you guys gotta do? Because like, you know Centurions well enough. Like, you've seen them play. You've played against them. We've talked about them a lot on the show. What do you think you guys need to do?
I think, look, the thing with Centurions is they're like a well-oiled machine. And no matter what's happening in the game, what the score is, the demeanor seems to be the same.
Yeah.
I think it's for us, I don't want to say to be like Centurions, but for us to have more of that mindset and to not be so high-low, to kind of be composed throughout the whole game. In terms of like analytics, we know that Archambault, no matter which brother is quarterbacking.
What analytics are you going to talk about right now? Do you even know what that word means?
Journalism 101. That they get the ball quickly, right? They get the ball, boom, they see the receiver, and they throw.
Yeah.
So,
that's why I can't see Hinsley being have a big effect in this game. Not because he has a tremendous amount of speed, but Gab Archambault gets the ball out as soon as it gets in his hands, right?
Right. So potentially, jumping reads and being overly aggressive in the game is, without giving too much away, like that could be an area that we try and exploit for us on our defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. I could help you guys out a little here, but feel free to tell me that it's nonsense what I'm saying. But I really think for you guys to win this game, it's going to be about your offense scoring points. Not that your offense is not good, but I think their defense is really good. And from what I remember from the times you guys played them, their defense was a mismatch for your offense. Like, they'll score points and they'll get stopped by you guys. Like, I think your defense could do a good enough job in holding them to a reasonable amount of points, maybe 30. Like, I think the winner in this game will score over 30.
Yeah.
It won't be like your game against Outlaws. I think
you don't think so? I could see.
I won't be totally shocked, but I really think that the winner in this game is gonna score over 30.
Okay.
What you were gonna say?
I can see this game finishing 26-20.
I could see it, but I don't know. I won't see. I don't see Centurions have as hard a time scoring points on you guys as you guys will on them.
Okay.
I could see you guys coming up to a lot of third and fourth downs. Whereas if they move their ball methodically, they'll be getting that first down every second, third play, If they take what you guys are giving them, obviously there's no defense that's perfect. You can't cover everything on the field. And they're a smart team, so are you guys. But I just know that you guys have more of a, from what I've seen, more of a, you need to hit on certain plays for your offense to move the chains, right? And those plays are not always as high percentage plays as Centurion's offense has.
Got you.
So I really think that coming to this game, your game plan should really be how can we put the most points on the board and how can we not leave possessions on the field. You cannot afford turnover on downs. You cannot afford bad interceptions and stuff like that, right? I don't know what Dave's interception was in that game. Who picked him off?
Centurion's game?
No, against Outlaws in the semifinals.
Jeremy did.
How was that pick?
It was, I love Dave, but it was not a good read or a good throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
He tends to have at least one of those in the game, right?
Yeah. Jeremy made a good play too, though.
In that game, when you guys played Centurions last time, there's one ball that he just literally threw it in the air when Gab picked it off. Centurions quarterback picked it off. I don't know if you remember which play I'm referring to.
No.
It was really a deep ball. He was really dead middle. There were no really receivers in the way. I don't know if it got off well. It was a bad read. He just launched and he apologized right away. And he has to not. He can't afford to do that.
Right.
And I don't think he needs to.
Yeah.
I think you guys have the offense to also march methodically up the field, right? Those drags to the snapper, those hooks on the outside, those slants. Give the ball to Andrew at 1 yard, I really think, I want to see a good, clean football game from both of you guys where both quarterbacks play their best game they've played all season. And I want to see how the game's going to end with whichever team has the ball in their hands at the end of the game. I spoke to Dave after the win.
Yeah.
He told me the game plan along was to have the ball at the end,
Yeah.
Against Outlaws.
Yeah.
And he came up with the win.
Yeah.
I want to see... I hope that's what he wants. I'm knowing Dave, that's for sure what he wants in this game. And I think that going to the game, you guys got a really game plan on how to put up points on this team because I don't think you'll win the game by scoring 20 or 24 points or even 26 or 28 like you scored against Outlaws. I think you're going to need at least 30.
Yeah.
And Centurion's defense is for real. And you know that, right?
Yes.
They held Gold Cup to 12 points in that game, which is really, really impressive.
Especially with the way Gold Cup were playing and everything.
Yeah.
Where do you get your pick?
Look, I can really see A-Team winning this game. I can really, really see A-Team being champions. But and when people say everything you say before you say the word but doesn't.
You're a great guy. I like you a lot, but
it's not you, it's me. So, it's hard to say because I don't feel that Centurions have been more consistent throughout the season, but they've been more consistent through a longer period of time, and if they come with the same roster that they had in the semifinal, I give them the slight edge. Literally the slightest of edge. If you guys play against each other 20 times, they'll win 11, you'll win 9, I think. So I think I'm going to go with Centurions for this one.
Okay, score? I think finals like to score for finals.
Yeah, of course. You want to give a score first, or?
Well, if you're saying we're going to lose, then no.
No, but for your team winning, like obviously you.
Yeah. So, I'm not supposed to pick my own games, but let's say obviously I pick my own team. I'd say we'd win the game 27-25.
Like I was gonna say, this game's gonna be won on conference, but A team are so good on conference that I can't see it coming down to conference and not winning the game. You know.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to go with. I could say 32-28.
Okay. So in other words, they'll get 5 touchdowns, we'll get 4.
Yeah.
And we go
4 points off conference, I'll get 2.
Got you.
Yeah, 32-28. Remember that one.
Okay, I will.
But at the same time, like maybe this is what I wanted to say to fuel you guys to win the game.
Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't.
I mean, yeah. So that's it for Div 1.
Yeah, exciting stuff in D1.
What time's that game at? Bright and early, 9 in the morning.
Are you serious?
Yeah, games are starting at 9, not 9:30.
When was the schedule released?
An email was sent to the captains today.
Dave, how come you didn't text me, Brett? But wait, you're telling me that this is official?
Official.
Oh, so we already know the schedule right now?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. So the Div 1 game is actually at 9 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
I'll
tell you
not even 9:30, like literally 9.
Literally 9, and it's at the same time as the D2 final. D1 and D2 final at the same time at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're going to have to leave early. You're going to have to pick me up early Saturday. I got to get to the field stretch.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you even stretch?
No, I don't like stretching. Call me Randy Moss. You know you never stretched, eh?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Randy Moss, that was his thing.
Oh, you're not at half, like, not even like, I was going to say half, like, close to being as talented as he is.
Because I'm so much faster, you mean, eh?
Yeah. Division 2?
Div 2.
Props to Outlaws for beating Marvels. Jason Rossi subbed in.
Yes.
I didn't see this game.
I didn't see much of it. Outlaws defense seemed to play very well in this game. They jumped a few routes. I saw Manu have a nice long bomb down the sideline. I know Svetna had a big game. And I think that ultimately I thought this game was going to be closer, but I think Outlaws playing in the final in D2 is not really a huge surprise.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I wish we had more analysis for the game because you didn't see this game.
No, and there's no stats up because the site had bugged at the first time slots.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Red Zone Iron only in the MFL does non-playoff team make it to the finals.
Look,
only in the MFL.
Only in the MFL, 100%. And look, Red Zone did not play like a 5 seed against us. They played
like a below 500 team.
They did not play like a below 500 team. They played like a team that was a 1 seed. Honestly, like they deserved to be in the finals. And honestly, it was a good game. I'd say Red Zone controlled from start to finish. They went up, scored their first possession. They started on offense. We were marching down the field. A pick 6 by Red Zone. It was early in the game, but for me that was a TSN turning point of the game. Mm-hmm. We were marching. The ball was picked off like literally at the 1 yard line. Returned, I guess that'd be 49 yards to the house. Great defensive play, and credit Red Zone both offensively and defensively. It's hard to say which one won the game for these guys because defensively they played really well. They got 2 interceptions. They got 2 turnover on downs on their defense. Offensively, Mike Roy had a great game. They only got stopped once, a pick by Tom. Everything seemed to be working for Red Zone. In this game, they were doing like their short hooks on the sideline, short hooks in the middle, would then potentially beat us over top when we were creeping in. But Red Zone seemed to be focused. They seemed to have the energy in this game, whereas Iron Wolves, we didn't. The end of the season was a little bit tough for us. I feel like the energy wasn't where it should have been for a semifinals game. At the end of the day, Red Zone played better, and they definitely deserve to be in the finals over us, for sure.
So I didn't cut you off there and you spoke for like 5 minutes?
Yeah,
I've been doing a better job, right?
That felt really good.
But I feel like I've been doing a better job.
I feel like I need water now. I'm not used to speaking this long without being cut off.
I've been cutting off a lot less, no?
Yeah.
Like
recently? You're staring into my nice eyes, eh?
I hope Jeff's watching because I do feel I've been making a good effort.
Yeah.
And you haven't been telling me.
Oh, yeah, no, but that's the plan. Like, the more I tell you is...
No, but you should tell me when I cut you off.
No. I'll tell you when you cut me off. Okay. Yeah.
Why don't you give me...
But if I don't tell you, this is good. This is how normal people don't cut each other off.
Well, you gotta, give me a pat on the back.
Yeah, that's true. Good job, guys.
What I was gonna say, because it was really hard. You were saying a lot of stuff. That's what we call a team win, right? When you said that, I'm not sure if it was more the offense or the defense. That's what we call a team win, and it's crazy because usually it's one of those like the one seed or like the higher seeds that have those team wins like that. Like usually, I'd say like 500 teams or below 500 teams either have like a really really strong offense or a really really strong defense. And why this red zone team is so dangerous, they got both, right?
Yes.
And it's crazy. Like I said it, but like I'll say it again. Like within a matter of 24 hours, Iron Wolves had a bye to the finals, and we're already like hoping to see who they play against, and we're in that D2 finals, and now they're at home, and well, not physically. Like you guys are gonna be at the field there, but they're not gonna be playing this in that finals.
Incredible how quickly things change in sports, specifically MFL.
Yeah.
And you think you hit it out of the park, Terry. Red Zone played as a team like they have been all season long. Like we talked about on offense. Who's the number one receiver for them? We don't really know, right? That's because they have a bunch of studs that could put up 4 touchdowns in any game that could be dangerous. And that's what makes this team, super tough to defend from, their offensive point of view. They have different guys they can go to in different situations, different guys step up, and just generally their level of intensity in this game was a Super Bowl for them, and they played that way. And shout out to honestly to like literally there's a game ball could have been to a lot. It could have been to Mike Roy for his performance. It could have gone to Chris as well for he played really well in the deep balls. There was the 2 picks in the game, so there was a lot of guys that could have gotten that. And there was a receiver that got names to my mind 4 touchdowns for
in that game.
Yes, in that game for Red Zone, putting it up there.
No one had 4 touchdowns for Red Zone.
No, was it?
That was a stat error.
Okay, yeah, maybe it was.
The game match had 2.
Oh, they had 2, 8 catches, 75 yards. Again, then there was the two picks.
That Vincent.
Yeah, Vincent. He could have got the game ball.
1-for-6.
So great team win by Red Zone. And yeah, this is gonna be a tough finals for I think the Outlaws are going in as the favorites, but if you're Red Zone, I told Chris after the game, like you're playing with momentum. You believe in yourselves, and like this is a team that's believed in themselves every year, not just this season. So with the momentum that they have, I could see them giving Outlaws a run for their money, and I think this may finish a 1-possession game. Outlaws Red Zone.
Yeah. Before getting into that, I don't know if you watched the segment with Jeff and I last week, and I said that if a it wasn't that much of a bold prediction, but I said if a quarterback throws more than 1 pick in this game, he's losing the game. John threw 2, Mike threw 1.
Yeah.
John lost. Arnold's lost that game.
Yeah, it's a good call for sure. And like even when
I'm surprised there were 3 total picks in this game.
You thought there'd be less?
Yeah, much less.
Yeah.
Like, both these quarterbacks are good at protecting the ball, especially in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great to see Mike Roy back in a finals, right?
Yeah, that's true.
He's won a D2 finals.
Mm-hmm.
He's lost a D1 final.
Okay.
And now he gets to play against that Outlaws team who has so many Division 1 players.
Yeah, that's it's true. But look, I think Red's up for the task.
And yeah, last time he made the finals in D1 when he lost was against the Outlaws.
With Red Raiders?
Revolution.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, he had taken over the quarterback reins for Revolution.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so seeing an Outlaws Red Zone finals, like...
Yeah. I think no matter what finals matchup we got, it would have been exciting.
Yeah.
I think just the storyline with how Red Zone came in, being the 1 seed, and then playing in the finals against Outlaws, a team that they played just a few weeks ago that ended up being a tight game, right? I believe ended up being a 1-possession game. I think this is any finals would have been exciting, but I think this one's a tad bit more special.
What's the over-under in this one?
I'm gonna go with 70.5.
I'm definitely taking the over if that's what you're saying.
Yeah?
What would you be taking? Did I give you that much shit for your over and unders that you're being very conservative right now?
70.5. No, 70. Like, bro, that's 35, 34. Taking the under.
Well, when they played...
36-34. That's a high-scoring game. That's under.
When they played, it was 45-34 and 42-35. So 79 and 77 points scored.
That's true. No, I think that with how Red Zone played defensively against us...
you could see Steve having trouble scoring on Red Zone?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to score every possession.
So what are the keys to victory for each team?
You want to go Outlaws? I'll go Red Zone?
Sure. Okay,
Red Zone contains Fetna. I know it sounds simple, and it's like okay, even Nanaji would have told you that, but for real, when Steve's in trouble and there's no read, it's a toss up to Svetna, and it's going to be that jump ball with his tall, long arms, great hands, lanky reach, and 10 times out of 10.1 times he's going to make that catch. So it's going to be, I don't know if you want to double him. I don't know if you're going to have Chris on him playing high-low, but it's going to be containing Svetna in this game. And of course, Outlaws have a bunch of other ballers, right? You got Manu, you got Josh, you got Dave, you got Manu.
Nick, you said Manu already.
Did I?
Yeah.
You got Nick Blay.
Yeah. Are there two Manus?
There could be. He's that good. There could be two of him. And don't forget about our boy Stu. That's now playing some offense for them. So I forget what your question was. Oh yes, there's a bunch of stars on that team, but ultimately, if you're able to keep Svetna to 1 touchdown or less, you should be able to beat an Outlaws team.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I think for the Outlaws, it's going to be key to score on every drive coming into this game because Red Zone have that offense that they could definitely score on every play, and I think Red Zone offense outmatches Outlaws defense, and I think Outlaws offense outmatches Red Zone's defense. So it's really going to be that who doesn't fuck up in this game, right?
Yeah.
That being said, I think it puts the pressure on both quarterbacks, right? Like. Both these teams have good defenses. It's just that they have better offenses. Yeah. It's not a knock on their defenses. I saw the Outlaws defense make great plays against Marvels this past weekend. And seeing the way the Red Zone held you guys to 26 points, they probably made great plays on defense also.
They did.
But I just think that, look, if Steve or Mike want to win this game, it's in their power in their offense, right? Forget about how many D1 players on the field. Forget about if you were in the playoffs or not. All that doesn't matter right now. This is the finals, and one of these two teams are going to be the champions. I don't want to hear any excuses before, during, or after the game. You have the chance to score points, and play like that, right? That's what you could control. Control what you could control.
Right.
There's not going to be a forfeit after or anything like that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Score the points, put the points up on the board, and both these quarterbacks are capable of putting up 50 points on the other team, right?
Yeah.
If one of them put up 50, I'm pretty sure they're going to win the game.
Yeah, that'd be surprising if they didn't.
Yeah.
So you ultimately think it's going to come down to Mike versus Steve?
100%.
Okay.
I can't see this game being written any other way.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
It's not going to be one defense shutting down the other team.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like the quarterback throwing 3-4 interceptions, right? I really think that they have maybe at most one possession where they could not score and still win the game. And if they get stopped twice or throw 2 picks or something like that, it's too bad. You're not winning this game, right? Both these quarterbacks are super smart, super talented. The fact that Steve's not playing in the D1 final, I think, just plays to his advantage. He only has one final where he's throwing this weekend, and
focus more on that.
Yeah, so I think that plays to more his advantage. Obviously, if he had the D1, it'd be more of a distraction for both, one for the other.
So Steve should be thanking A-Team, is what you're saying?
Not necessarily, no.
Basically, what you said.
So yeah, Red Zone are there for a reason, right?
Totally. Yeah, the way they played last game, they're not in because a team forfeited, because they won. They're in the finals because they deserve to be in the finals.
Yeah, and
because they want to be in the finals.
And just, I don't want to hear any noise or anything else. Just focus on that and do what you do to win that,
Yeah, totally. Predictions?
Predictions.
I'll go first since you made a pick last.
Okay.
I think it's going to come down to one possession. I can see this game being tied at 33 late in the game. 33. Outlaws march down the field, get a touchdown, and leave about 1 or 2 plays for Red Zone, and they're not able to score. Give me Outlaws to win 39-33 for back-to-back D2 champions, right?
Yeah.
Last time they won was that famous photo that we love to see.
Yeah.
Where that was the last... Where there was winter...
Yeah, no, wait, was it? No.
No, KLB won it.
Yes.
That's true, never mind. So give me Outlaws to win their second D2 championship.
Our boys on that team, come on now.
I'm going to go 39-33 Outlaws in a tight game.
Okay. Still analyzing a couple of things here. Because, in that game that Outlaws won by 7 points, they scored 6 points off of converts. And Svetna getting 3 2-point converts in that game.
But in other words, it could be a jump ball situation to Svetna where he just wins.
But Red Zone scored 5 points off of converts in that game. So converts are huge and are going to be huge in this game because it's going to be a back and forth game about possession, right? Like if you're up 7, getting that 2 point, going up 9, it's going to be huge, right? And I could really see this game going either way, but logically it's hard to give the advantage to a team that finished 5th seed, right? I think that as much as I could see Red Zone winning this game, I think if I had to bet money, I'd have the slight advantage of the Outlaws, right? They were the better team throughout the season. They were a team that was in the playoffs when the playoffs started. They've won a championship here before, and I can't see neither quarterback making a mistake, to be honest, or costing his team the game. When I said it's one against the other, I could see both quarterbacks having a near perfect game. And it just coming down to the possession. Outlaws have the home field advantage, so they're going to start probably on defense, start the game, get the ball in the second half. If Outlaws manage to end the first half with the ball in their hand and start the second half with the ball and score on both those positions, I think that ultimately could win them the game, right?
Yeah, double dip.
Yeah. So do you have a score?
If you were paying attention, I said 39-33 Outlaws. No surprise there.
Yeah, I remember you saying 33-33, and then I looked at the converts. So 39-33 Outlaws.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting any converts on that final touchdown.
Not that one, nope. Betting this up on D. So 39-33, that would be 72 points. So you see, I would just take the over of my 70.5.
Yeah, no, I say the winner's definitely scoring 40 points in this game.
Damn, yeah.
Definitely. And I wouldn't be surprised if both teams are in the 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's... I have 42-35 in mind. That was the score the last time these two teams played. I could see
identical
it being the same
score?
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with that.
Do you know which game you're reffing?
No, not yet.
Okay. Just curious.
Which game would you want me to ref?
Not 8 teams game.
Why not?
That's what I just don't want to... I already see too much of you. An hour break will be good.
What was I going to say? I'd love for this game to go in overtime. A long overtime. Wouldn't that be fun? From the fact...
I wanted to watch this game.
But if it goes in overtime, in a long overtime, you'll be able to watch it.
That's true. What if one game started at 9:50 and the other game started at 9?
No.
You know in March Madness how one always starts after the other?
Yeah, but no. Anyway, D3?
D3.
So...
Got our semifinals matchups in Division 3.
Big win by Thunder Buddies, Average Joes, Jagerbomb, and Idaho Utah Pimps.
Yeah.
None of these games are particularly very close. The Joes Manitoba Boys game ended close, but it was a blowout, I think, in the first half. Since we got 3 games to cover in this division.
I'm just going to go quickly and say I picked Manitoba Boys to win the game.
So I think we all did.
We all did. And to find out Jason Edwards was not there.
He was not?
He was not. He left the game after the Outlaws game because he had to go...
But I thought he was going to be able to stay for both.
No, he just stayed for the one. He left early in the Outlaws game, actually, when they were up by with 5 minutes left. I was confident Manitoba Boys were going to win. I made the pick thinking Manitoba Boys were going to win, thinking Jason Edwards was going to play.
Yeah.
He told me he wasn't. I was even more worried for them. Yeah. Jason wins throwing 4 interceptions, but he puts up 5 touchdowns. Right? That's the Jameis Winston. Look, as much as we knock him, Terry, for throwing those picks, 5 touchdowns is still fairly impressive against a Manitoba Boys team.
261 yards. That's a lot of yards.
That's what I mean. So, yes, you're giving up picks, but you're still getting yards and you're still scoring TDs.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the amount of points you score, as long as it's more than the other team, you're getting the victory. And this was surprised me, especially hearing that Average Joes controlled the game.
Yeah.
Really. And Ryan Flood, in this one, I don't know if you saw his stats, getting over 120 yards, 6 catches, 3 TDs, who's been a big guy for this team, but, not necessarily a guy that's used to putting up these stats per game.
He did win Receiver of the Year in the winter, I think.
Okay. That show wasn't there in the winter. But for just based on fall season and this past season, he's good, but this was big time players make big time plays in big time games, and Flood did so in this one.
For sure. So do we start previewing the semifinals?
Sure.
So we'll start with Average Joe's Jagerbomb.
Yep. Was the previous matchup?
The previous matchup was very interesting because Jagerbomb lost that game. Simon Duchesne was not there at quarterback. Did you have the lowest quarterback that game?
Okay.
And it was their loss in week 3. They still put up 20 points, losing 32-20. Yeah, Jason had a pretty good game, 14 for 26, 150, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so I think we could, like, it's hard to measure the game. It's hard to preview this game. Yeah, measuring with that game, given that, like, they didn't have their quarterback, right? Their MVP, quarterback of the year.
Okay, give me keys to victory for Average Joes.
So, Average Joe's the last time... You're giving me the harder one, right?
Yeah, the underdog. That's okay. I'll go take the other one after.
Last time Average Joe's were in the semi-final... Well, they obviously won in the winter, but in this last fall, they were in the semi-final. They were the undefeated 10-0 team coming to the semi-final, playing Thunder Buddies after getting the bye. And they were the clear favorite, right? This time, they come to this matchup being, I think, a pretty big underdog, right?
Yeah.
Like Jagerbomb, we're not going to lie to anyone, are a juggernaut in this division, right?
Yes, of course.
Like, we've said it, like, early on throughout the whole season. They're the team to beat. And they're clearly the favorites, I think, in Division 3. So, Average Joe's, they were, in our eyes, an underdog against Manitoba Boys.
Yes.
They got crushed when they played Manitoba Boys in the season, and Jason could not have had, like, I think, a worse game.
And that wasn't that long ago.
That was not that long ago. That was in week 11.
There you go.
So, are they as big an underdog than they were coming into that game? The way that Manitoba Boys beat Average Joe's in that game, I would believe so. Like, I think that, like, Average Joe's were just such a horrible matchup for Manitoba Boys, and they proved us all wrong.
Yeah, they did.
And even though Jason threw 4 interceptions, I think most of them were in the second half. And he did, like, you could see it, like, glass half full, glass half empty. Like, he almost threw the game, but he did enough in one half to make sure, even if he plays that poorly, they still win.
Yeah.
Obviously, if he throws 4 interceptions, I do not think they win this game.
Yes,
like,
agreed.
Jason has to really protect the ball. Like, one of the keys to victory is that Jason cannot throw any interceptions. Like, I'm not going to go through all the games, see how many times it's happened or if it's happened, but...
I think he throws 2 or more, they lose.
If he throws 1, they lose.
Really?
Yes.
Average Joes have a good defense.
Yes.
But you think the Jagerbomb's offense is
a
little bit better than Average Joe's defense? Okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I think Jason can't afford to throw any interception in this game. He can't give Jagerbomb more possessions than they already have. Like, the possessions Jagerbomb are going to have are going to be enough to score enough points to win the game.
Yeah.
You cannot help them in that department, right? And there's no need to force the ball. Jagerbomb have a crazy good defense, but there's holes on every defense. You got Laurent, who's probably, like, one of the best snappers in the league. Forget about this division, right? Give him the ball.
In my opinion, he's the key to victory.
He has to be, right? And, like, you know, he gets a lot of catches for not that many yards, but that's what's going to help you move the chains, right? Sometimes I see Jason start off games going deep and being inaccurate. Like, you have those games, but you got to play to your strengths, right? Like, Jason's a good quarterback, but the thing that costs him games when they don't win are his interceptions, right? And, like, you saw it. He starts to panic, like, when he played Thunder Buddies last year. You just got to stick to what works for you. Like, I don't know how many plays he got in that playbook, but choose the 4 or 5 that worked the most and roll with those plays in this game, right?
Yeah.
The whole point is just don't turn the ball over and keep moving the chains. You want long drives. The more time you have the ball, the less time Jagerbomb's going to have it, right?
Yeah.
So, and we know their defense could clutch up, but, like, it's not realistic to think that Average Joes are going to, like, hold Jagerbomb to under 20 points either in this game, right?
No, definitely not.
So, Average Joes are still going to have to score points. They might have to steal a possession or 2 from Jagerbomb. And, yeah, I think you helped me a bit by saying Laurent's the key to victory for them. It is, right? So, like, yeah.
Like, even those 5-6 yards, just... And we know Jason's going to take the deep shot. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking a deep shot. Eventually, you have to keep the defense honest. Yeah. And they have receivers that can catch the deep ball for these guys on Average Joes. It's about, catching this defensive Jagerbomb off guard and hitting on those plays, right? Because you're not going to have too many opportunities to make plays against a team like Jagerbomb, and you're going to have to make plays, when you have the opportunity. So for me, I'll say Jagerbomb, keys to victory for them. I'm going to say it's... Look, like we said, chances are they're going to score most possessions. There's a chance to even score on every possession considering how good this offense is. Against Thunder Buddies, there were a few times throughout the game where I could see Simon and one of his receivers didn't seem to be on the same page. And whether that was a throw to the outside that thought to be on the inside, vice versa. I think it's understanding that with these guys, Jagerbomb, you have 4 downs to play with. The average Joes have a good defense. So I think it's about staying patient and knowing that you're not going to get a 40 bomb, 30 bomb on every play on these guys. So I think it's about marching on the field, and I think it's going to be red zone production for these guys is going to be key, I think, for Jagerbaum in this one. I'm not sure how much defense Laurent plays, but he'd be a big body to play.
Well, he was rushing against Leon, and he got 3 sacks.
Well, there you go. And in the red zone, throws are a bit shorter, obviously need to be shorter. So I think for Jagerbaum to win this game, they're going to march down the field methodically, and when it comes down to the red zone, they're going to have to convert.
Yeah, I agree with that. So the other semifinal game?
Thunder Buddies.
Was that your first playoff game throwing?
In MFL?
In life.
No. I QB'd in another league before.
And you threw in the playoffs?
Yeah, made it to the semifinals.
Really?
Yep.
So you're at the same place right now?
I lost in that match. Hopefully I'll win this one. Thunder Buddies, Idaho, played earlier on in the season. Final score was something like 24-13.
Surprisingly low-scoring game.
Yes, both defenses playing very well in this one. Both quarterbacks could have had better games. Yours truly and Brady as well, both admit, didn't have our best games there.
There's a chance for a redo.
Yes, chance for redo for both of us. I think this will be a good game. I'm excited for this one. A lot of ballers, obviously, on both sides of the ball. And yeah,
I'm going to throw Jerome as much as you did last time.
Yeah, really. Three catches for him on defense. I'll try and avoid him in this one. But, I think that a lot is going to be based off of that last game. And, we'll think about what they did well, try and, build off of that and vice versa. It's key that we had that previous matchup. And I think that a lot of it is going to be dealt with that in mind. So I think both teams are going to score more points than they did in that previous matchup. And I think that, both these defenses are good. And I think it's not unrealistic to expect a quarterback to throw 1 interception to win this game. So it's really going to be about who's able to capitalize late in the game. I think it's going to come down to the wire.
Well said.
No predictions for us, eh?
Nope.
Nope.
Not going to talk about it. Should be a good game, though.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Division 4?
Let's go.
So this was the division of blowouts and, no scoring. I think I took a screenshot at one point, and it was like, wait, I got to find this. There were 4 games, and I think 6 teams had 0 points scored midway through the second half.
Wow. Well, there was the weakest link that beat Boucher badly.
Yeah, so at halftime, Phoenix had lost their game 25-0.
To Canal Club.
Yeah, and then the other 3 games were at half. The scores were 33-0, 0-0, and 6-0. So we had 5 teams out of 8 who were 0 points. That's crazy.
It is.
That's insane.
Did you check, without looking right now and looking at me, did you check the stats of the Canal Club Phoenix game?
Yes. I saw that they combined for 15 interceptions.
Yes. 15
interceptions. We knock on Jason. How do you score 4 picks and win the game? Francois for Canal Club, he took a couple of weeks off because they had their bye week, the drunk week, and whatever. He threw 7 interceptions this game and still won the game. 7.
Terry.
He completed 6 passes.
Terry.
He threw more. No, usually we give props when you, score more touchdowns than incompletions. He threw more interceptions than completions. He completed more passes to the other team.
Terry?
Yes.
There was 15 interceptions in one football game. If you told me there was 15 interceptions in all of Division 4 and all of the games combined, I would have said that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
15. Terry, you want to know a false stat? Rob White had 12 catches in this game. 12. On the Phoenix roster, Canal Club had 6 as a roster.
Yeah.
Rob White.
Well, it's surprising that Kevin completed 18 passes and Rob completed 4. Rob completed 4 passes to Francois 6.
Yes. Backup quarterback. One man on the losing team had double, folks, the amount of catches as the other team did combined, and that team lost 25-0.
How come Kevin didn't run in this game? Wasn't he supposed to only run?
I think he realized he's not as fast as he thought he was. This, folks, if
you
haven't checked the stats in this game, it's just
throwing for 63 yards. So this game started, and I think I had left at this point, and I refreshed the page, and I saw that, first of all, Canal Club chose to start with the ball.
I love it.
And they threw an interception on the first play of the game.
I love it.
And then Kevin followed that up with an interception of his own.
But there was a lot of that going on, right?
Yeah, but then, who knew at that point that, 30 seconds in, 2 picks, and then we 13 picks later?
There probably was not a punt or a turnover on downs in this game.
Probably not.
That is, folks. It was a game that.
You know what's more nuts?
What? You can tell me Phoenix's defense?
Yeah. Okay. Canal Club threw 7 interceptions. Guess how many different players did you see?
Yep. Guess who noticed that?
Who noticed it?
I did. Yours truly. Phoenix had 7 players play defense. All 7 of them got an interception in this game.
So that's good distribution by Francois. Making sure every defender on Phoenix got a pick.
7 picks. No, but that's impressive as a Phoenix roster, for real. Terry, for all 7
I don't think
guys...
it's ever happened that every single defensive player got an interception in the game.
And lost.
It just happened.
Yes, agreed.
That's nuts. Before the weakest link lost, they balled out against Airborne, 8 seed taking out the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Marvin, I think you keep your head up. First season of quarterback.
Really.
With a free agent team.
Yeah, like Marvin's our boy. You know, we poke fun of him here and there. But in that, I only saw most of the second half between Airborne and the weakest link. And Marvin looked like a QB. He looked comfortable. The rush wasn't bothering him. He was gunning that football in. He was in his element.
Yeah.
It was impressive to see.
Mustard Tigers, Flamingos, Owie filling in for Brian.
Yes.
I did not expect that.
Is Owie allowed to throw in Div 4?
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so too.
I mean, given his stats in that first game, you would think he is, right?
That's true, yeah.
Going 18 for 41, 150 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks.
Yeah.
This game was 2-0 with 15 minutes left in the game.
Which was that? Flamingos?
Yeah, Mustard Tigers were up 2-0. 2-0. The game could have ended 2-0.
Some say defense wins championships.
Yeah. I feel that game was a warm-up for Owie because then he balled out in that semifinal game.
Yeah.
And then Boucher, Super Friends. I feel that Boucher's playoff games always come down to the wire, right?
Against Super Friends.
Yeah.
Well, Super Friends guys, the Moran brothers, right? Think about that crazy, the one that was in the video where they got touched on that Hail Mary, and that's what they said after.
So, when you saw Super Friends 1, we could say maybe unimpressingly, is that a word? Did I pronounce it well?
Unconvincingly, let's say.
They didn't impress me in their 13-12 win against Boucher.
Yeah.
And the weakest link really impressed me in their 45-6 win. Would you have said that the weakest link maybe had the edge in that game? Especially having beating them
early on in the season. I think...
Not early on in the season.
A few, like literally last week?
Last week, yes.
Yes, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, when we reffed that game.
I think it's tough to beat a team twice. I believe that, and I'm of that mantra. I think that the weakest link had confidence going into this game, especially to have McSweeney subbing for them.
I think that this was so one-sided.
Yeah, very simple. The game was called, right? Unfortunately, guys were getting hurt in this one. Nuevo having a big game for Super Friends on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. This guy's a stud. Got to watch out for him.
How did only 2 guys catch balls in this game?
The Moran brother didn't have a catch, if I'm correct.
Did he play offense?
I believe so. If he was there, he played O.
He had a catch on D.
He had a catch on D.
Yeah.
Impressive. They're able to win this by that score without their star wide receiver getting even a catch in the game.
Was Oliver there, their sniper? Because he didn't get a catch either, right?
Okay, good question. I am not sure. My head was all over the place.
But is it not?
Touche. For those of you who didn't see the end of Le Boucher Super Friends game, we have the long bomb touchdown by Boucher and the defensive stop by Super Friends.
How'd you get the video quality so much better than last time? What'd you do?
How great did I do there?
I was
the
impressed.
first second I filmed was the touchdown, and the second play I filmed was the no good convert.
Yeah.
Like Tuggle being at the right place at the right time.
And that was last play of the game, or did
last play of the game?
Wow.
Yep.
And what was I gonna say? What was wrong with your laugh at the end?
I thought it was a tad bit weird.
Why were you laughing? I saw Alex come up to you to say something.
Yeah, he made me laugh.
What did he say?
He's a funny guy. Like, it's a good game. It was a good game. He did kind of his famous pose. He's a funny guy in a good way.
So then, Mustard Tigers beating Canal Club.
32-26, a high-scoring game.
They were up 20-0 in this game with just over 13 minutes left. That's crazy, no?
And Canal Club makes it a game. We know Francois with his legs is just a different beast. And yeah, I think it's easy to, kind of give up down 20-0. There was a play I saw in the game where Mustard Tigers had a receiver wide open, a bit uncharacteristic for Canal Club. I don't think defensively they were as sharp as they were throughout the season. Maybe he's tired of playing that game before, but so did Mustard Tigers. So Mustard Tigers, their experience We were surprised to see them in Division 4. They were a little bit off and on this season, but they played well when it counts, and now they're in the
Club were your
finals.
favorites, right?
They were. I thought Canal
I even
Club
asked you in the morning if you'd give me one D4 champ, who would it be?
I said Canal Club.
Yeah.
I did. Mustard Tigers, upset.
And now we have a finals of Mustard Tigers and Super Friends.
Yeah. Man. Was there a previous matchup?
I'll take a look in a sec.
Just thinking about the game overall.
Yes, and Super Friends won that one 32-20, week 3.
Who was throwing for Mustard Tigers?
Brian.
Mustard. Okay.
He threw 4 interceptions that game.
Damn.
And now, we don't know who's going to throw. I don't know if you know.
I do not know.
And whoever does throw in that, if Brian does throw in that game, he didn't throw last week.
Yeah.
And for Super Friends, are they going to have their full roster now? Is Alex going to have a catch?
Yeah. Chances are he'll have a catch. Chances are he'll have a catch on the first drive, if not the first play. I think the big thing to watch out for in this game is the bomb.
Bomb?
The bomb. I think, we know Morat loves to swing that ball. We know Crate likes to chuck that crap in the air. So, let that baby rip. And I think that both teams love throwing the deep ball, and I think it's going to be up to the defenders to chuck the ball down. Make sure you have no receivers behind you, because I think the deep ball is going to be key in this one.
Yeah, I want to see that matchup of Tyler rushing Jacob.
Yeah. That'd be a good one to watch out for, too.
Yeah.
Oof, man. Any more analysis, or we're going for our picks?
I think we'll go to our picks.
Okay, you first.
We didn't say much, but I don't got much more to say.
I stress the deep ball in that game. I think it's going to be big.
Let's see now. Shit. When I asked you who you thought was going to win the D4 championship, and you said Canal Club, what did I say? Do you remember?
Not Canal Club.
Yes, but who did I say?
Friends.
I said Super Friends.
You did.
I did not think it would come against Mustard Tigers in the finals. The fact that Mustard Tigers made this finals, it's I feel it's harder to pick because they had an up and down season.
Yeah.
They were, I think, going into the season one of the favorites.
Yeah.
And then they disappointed, and now they showed that they could probably win it all, right? I think gotta trust what I said, and I think Super Friends are much more consistent throughout the season. Given that we don't know who's going to throw for Mustard Tigers, I'm going to go with Super Friends with the win.
Score?
27-24.
I made my score before you said your score. I'm going 26-25 Super Friends in this one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We got a sweep. 2-0 sweep. It's tough. I said Super Friends, and I was like, but this, but that, and I'm just going to trust my gut. So I think you said, if Mustard Tigers win, bruh, they came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Super Friends were there the whole season.
Yeah.
It'd be a cool story if Mustard Tigers were able to win.
Super Friends only finished with one more win than Mustard Tigers did, right?
I know, but I feel like for some reason Super Friends were much more talked about throughout the season and much more of a powerhouse. I'm going to go tight one, though. Converts. Give me Super Friends by 1.
Division 5?
Let's go.
I wrapped the Drama Club Mosa Crew game.
Yes. Man, that was bananas, eh?
It definitely was. And we don't have the score by score, the play-by-play or the scoring summary. But this game ended 32-21. But with probably under 5 minutes to go, it was 21-20 for Mimosa Crew.
Wow.
Yeah. Drama Club clutched up at the end, scored a touchdown to take the lead 26-21.
Yeah.
And then on the last play, it was a pick six to make it 32-21.
Okay.
But this was a game where Drama Club was leading 14-0 very early on, scoring on their first 2 possessions.
Wow.
And then going to sleep a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Mimosa Crew came back to make it 21-14. Scoring 3 touchdowns, getting 3 one-point converts.
Yeah.
It looked so easy for them.
Scoring 21 straight points.
Yeah, scoring 21 straight points. You would think that everything was going wrong. That could go on for Drama Club was going wrong.
Yeah.
Simon threw some bad interceptions, and at that point, was a little upset with some of the calls. It was a key 4th down play.
Yeah.
That Mimosa Crew in their own territory, it was 4th and maybe about 7 from their 8-yard line.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. They were at 3. Yeah, you started on 5. So it was 4th and 7 from their 8-yard line. Curran tucking it in and running, getting the first down, and then finally ending up to score on that play. What was also crazy was on the last play of the first half, Drama Club Hail Mary get tackled at the 1-yard line.
I saw that. That was Roxanne that got tackled at the 1?
Yes.
And Marvin made the call.
Yes.
Okay, and Simon wasn't happy.
And I was all the way back there.
Yeah.
And Marvin made the call, and Simon came up to me to ask me why didn't I discuss with him what I saw. And I'm like, I think the squirrels at the baseball field had a better angle than me at that point.
Fair.
That's 100% Marvin's call to make, and he did not hesitate to make it.
Good. Like then a referee. Good thing Drama Club won.
I mean, not good thing Drama Club won, because it's not as if that call should have went their way.
True.
I think Mimosa Crew could leave with their heads up.
This is an impressive season for them.
That's what I told Kern after the game.
Really.
I'm like, don't remember that last ball you threw.
Yeah.
Remember the outcome of the game. Kern was running, but he was also throwing a lot of nice balls. It took a lot of time for his team to get a completion because it wasn't really on him. It was more a lot of bad drops in this game early on. And I didn't really watch many of Mimosa Crew's games, and it looked more like Kern is more of a running quarterback, but he could definitely throw the ball. He's not just a running quarterback.
Okay.
He could throw the ball. Their offense is good, and I was really impressed, especially since they were missing their top player in this game. Let me get his name in just a sec.
He was the one catching all the bombs for them.
Yeah, Nikhil Sharma, who had 500 yards, 8 touchdowns, and also
that's tough. Yeah,
6 interceptions. He was not there for this.
That's huge.
He also had a wedding out of town, so he couldn't make it.
Yeah.
And that was huge for them because he could have been the difference maker in this game, right?
That's huge.
And Mimosa Crew, seeing the way they fought and knowing that they were a non-playoff team, they wouldn't bother anyone in past seasons, right?
That's being polite saying non-playoff team. They were 1.5 wins per season.
Yeah, and they came in and I think they finished 7-3 this year or 6-4.
Very impressive.
Finishing 7-3 with only +1 differential. Remember that? So yeah, I think they had a great season. Currently, they come back in the fall. I'm glad they're coming back.
Nice.
They're only gonna get better, right?
100%.
And so Drama Club moves on.
Credit to them.
And they're facing Phoenix in that rematch of Week 1, where Kevin said he scored 200 points on them.
Just want to talk about that game quickly. Phoenix beating Heisenberg. Phoenix only 5 players, Terry, in this one. Using Heisenberg's,
recipe to win, key to victory was that.
Exactly, the 5 players when Heisenberg won early in the year with just 5 players. But honestly, Terry, Phoenix, a lot of game balls could have Kevin was looking like my boy Xavier Howard out there. He had 3 interceptions this one. He had a behind the back shoulder pick.
I saw Joey make a lot of plays.
Joey had a stellar game, making a lot of tiptoe catches, making a lot of.
I saw you call him out on one. It looked in was he I was way too far.
Yeah. He was just
about
out.
the second foot out.
Both were out actually, but they were both literally just on the line. It was very close.
Did you hesitate?
No.
Did Joey tell you screwed him?
No. Joey respects me and I respect him. But
I saw him make sick catches in the middle.
Joey had a heck
did he get a
of
pick
a game.
also?
I believe so.
I think I saw an interception also.
Joey had by far his best game of the season.
Oh, it's good time to have it, right?
100%. Everything that was thrown his way, he was catching, whether it was an easy catch, not an easy catch. And sorry, just quickly.
There's no stats.
Oh, shoot. His name is slipping me, but I believe it was number 85 on Phoenix. Tall receiver.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Had one heck of a game. He was high-pointing balls left and right.
Khalil.
Yes, exactly, Khalil. He had a great game. And he's another one where, for a D5 player, it's pretty impressive to see where the ball is in his vicinity, he's making the catch.
Yeah.
Whereas you usually see that in D1, D2, D3, where a player can adjust. He can adjust for any one of Kevin's poor throws, and he did in this game. But Kevin made some good throws, and it was a very impressive victory by Phoenix.
Did Kevin throw any interceptions?
2.
Okay.
But he got 3 on defense, so we got them back.
Night Triangle's winning a close one against Titans.
Yes.
Where I think Titans had the lead at 3 different occasions in this game.
Wow.
Being up 6-0, 12-6, and 18-12 going to the half.
Mm-hmm.
It was all Night Triangles in that second half, right?
Yeah.
Total of 8 interceptions in this game, 4 by each quarterback.
Wow. The theme was interceptions this weekend.
Yeah. And then Cyclones defeating Replacements in a very one-sided game. I thought this was going to be a lot closer.
Yes.
So we're going to see a rematch of Night Triangles and Cyclones. That's going to be a good semifinal.
Cyclones, I ref that game. They played magnificent. That first half could have been the best first half I've ever seen. It was I think both teams wanted the game to be over at halftime.
I think it's safe to say the 4 best teams made it to the semifinals.
I agree.
And I think, do you see a team out of these 4 who cannot win the championship? Because I have a hard time seeing one that for sure cannot win the championship.
I agree.
I could see either of these 4 teams being crowned. I think Phoenix are the slight favorites. I think the pressure is on Kevin, right?
Yeah.
Kevin coming to me during the day talking about the award voting and all that. He was like, I could have voted for myself MVP. Like, I deserved it, blah, blah, but I'm not going to do that. But him just mentioning it. But, like, if you want to be MVP, if you win the championship, good chance you're going to be MVP of that. So if you want to show us that you deserve MVP, go out and win these 2 games on Saturday. And you did yourself a favor losing with Phoenix D4 to make sure you only got one team now.
That's true. And, if Phoenix wins that semifinals game, they're going to be in for a challenge no matter who wins that other semifinal. So Kevin's going to have 2 big games.
And last time these 2 teams played, Kevin had a hard time scoring points, right? Only putting up 6 on the Vincent Blondin's pick.
That was week 1, eh?
Yeah, week 1.
Yeah.
Wow,
this is tough, bro.
Kevin's team made huge progress since then. Like, his team got better. I think Vince Blondin is going to be there this weekend. He was not there this past weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Drama Club cannot afford to make mistakes in this game. Like, I think that Simon played a lot of good football in that game against Mimosa Crew, but he had some sequences where he didn't play great football, and he has to kind of, like, erase that because it could fly against Mimosa Crew, but it won't fly against Phoenix.
Yeah.
You got Joey and Kevin who are ball hawks on that defense.
Yeah.
Not to mention Vince, Khalil, who's tall. I think he's the rusher. Was 85 rushing?
I cannot remember. No, he wasn't. Shoot.
Well, here's the rusher. He has 13 sacks in 8 games. Maybe he wasn't rushing because there were just 5 or something.
Okay.
But, I think... and the keys for victory for Kevin is pretty simple. Like, he thought... Like, he's the favorite in this game. Like, he's not the underdog the way he thinks he is in his head because Drama Club have a bunch of D2 players. Like, it's not the case, right? Like,
right.
I think you got to play his game. Try to not throw that many interceptions. Like, I think 2 or 3 should be okay, but more than that, he'll have trouble winning.
Yeah. I'm not talking as I'm trying to think of who I'm going to pick.
Let's preview the other game, make the picks after.
Okay, good call.
So, Cyclones and Night Triangles. Last time these 2 teams played, Cyclones won by 1 point.
Night Triangles lost on purpose, so I'd win the picks.
Yeah, I guess it was that, eh?
Yep.
Sorry, they didn't win by 1 point. They won by 1 touchdown.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, the 1 point was against when Cyclones beat Remplaçant. I had that game in mind.
Okay. I forgive you.
Yeah, so what do you think the keys of victory are for each team in here?
Okay, I'll go Remplaçant. Nope, I'll go Cyclones.
So, yeah.
You will go Night Triangles. Cyclones. Oof, wow. They looked very good in their victory against Remplaçant. For Cyclones, I'm going to say, I know it's the finals, and you're playing against a good team. Whatever you've done throughout the season, don't deviate from it. Yannick's been playing very well. I actually called him Johnny Manziel a few times towards him. Johnny's been playing very well, and I think he's going to have another good game in this one. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Keep it simple if you're Cyclones. You've been having a great season. Somebody's just throwing up a fade to Lazar is what needs to be done. Don't overthink it.
That's good.
Yeah.
For Night Triangles now, earlier on the season they were dominant, right? Like they were like clearly one of the best teams, right? Mm-hmm. And then they kind of had like a little bit of a bumpy road, losing big games that were important to me, especially. But also, what concerns me is the interceptions for William. Like I feel he was like I think a top quarterback like at midway season, I think, and ending the season with 13 interceptions, not a huge number, but throwing 4 in a playoff game, and I think he threw a couple in a late season game against Hard Target there when no one wanted to score. Yeah. I think he really got to be careful, and like going 19 for 31 and 240 yards is great, but you can't throw 4 interceptions if you want to win this game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and obviously, Tyler rushing Jan.
That's going to be a big one.
That's going to be a big one. We know how much pressure he could put. We know Jan got like that spin move.
He does. Yeah, he's quicker than he looks.
Yeah, very elusive, I'd say.
Yeah.
And I think Night Triangles are just going to have to like do what they do best, right? They won a lot of games this season for a reason.
Yeah.
And you got to focus on that, right? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to our previous game. Pick our pick for that one. Drama Club, Phoenix.
I'm going Phoenix.
Score, please.
24-21.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm going Drama Club.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How much?
26-24. That's tight. I'm going Drama Club 26-24.
What made you go to Drama Club?
It's a good question. I think that not just because he's a Thunder buddy, but I think Quentin's going to have a big game.
Yeah.
I think he's been on fire lately.
You don't think Vince could shut him down?
Shut him, contain him, maybe.
He'll definitely tackle him.
Yes, because Vince is a very good tackler. But I'm saying Quentin, even on the defensive side of the ball, will be big. Yeah. I think Quentin's going to be the MVP in this one. I'm going 26-24, Drama Club.
All right. Drama Club's going to have that crowd, right? Because they were there cheering on.
Yes. We love that.
Yeah.
Finals. Bring everybody, folks. It's the finals.
Night Triangle Cyclones.
I'm going to go...
I'm sorry, I can't pick Night Triangles. They know why. I got to go with Cyclones in this one. And... 27-25. I don't know why I'm saying it's going to be that close. Still mad.
I can't say I blame you. Respect, boys. I'm going to do the same thing I did at the end of my picks and pick Cyclones to beat Night Triangles.
Okay.
I'm going Cyclones 30-25.
30-25, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cyclones win 30-25. Drama Club wins. So that means your finals matchup is?
Mine or yours?
Yours.
I got Phoenix and Cyclones.
Maybe the last show, or it's definitely the last show before the finals, so spit it out.
Phoenix Cyclones. I just think that these are probably the two best quarterbacks in the division.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good game. It's really hard to preview a hypothetical matchup, right? But given that Phoenix, what happened when they played against each other? Phoenix obviously won that game, right? Since they only lost to Drama Club. Let's see here. Yeah, Phoenix won by 1 point, 33-32. I could see the same thing happening, right? A 1 point win. Phoenix and Kevin losing in finals, I think, in 3 straight seasons. Can they finally get over that hump? I think this is the best chance Kevin has to win a championship now. He should not let it slip away from his hands. He's been to enough finals to have that experience. I myself had lost in a couple of finals before winning my first one, so I think this is Phoenix's championship. They really have been playing like a team. They've really been impressing. They impressed me a lot. Both sides of the ball. Mm-hmm. And I can see Joy having a big game again.
Score?
I'm not going to predict the score for a game that we don't even know who's going to play against each other.
That's soft. So you have Phoenix winning the D5 championship.
I'll say 32-30.
You got Phoenix as champions? I unfortunately cannot because I have Cyclones against Drama Club in the final. I've ref both these teams. They're both stellar teams. One team can come out on top, Terry.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be Johnny Manziel and the Cyclones.
Yeah.
Give me the Cyclones to win 32-21 in that championship game over Drama Club.
No big game from Conte?
Solid game from Conte. Maybe not huge in that one. The Cyclones have been peaking at the right time. I like what I've seen from them lately. They got firepower from every angle.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Cyclones are going to win the championship in Division 5.
We didn't do the hypothetical for Division 3, eh?
Because we couldn't pick Thunder Buddies, right?
Yeah,
so it's
sense.
tough.
Anyway, that's it for Division 5?
That's it for Division 5.
Brossard?
Are you serious?
We have no choice, no?
Brossard! Woo!
I could skip it, I don't care.
Okay, I'm kidding.
Just that let people know if we're skipping it, it's because of you.
No, we're not skipping. I love Brossard.
I think we said we'd recap the games that happened, but let's just talk about the playoffs. That's what really matters, right?
Sure. Div 1?
Is the schedule up?
It should be. I know Division 1 is going to be...
Schedule's not up on the site.
It is not.
Did I click on the right division?
Outlaws against La Horde. Division 1.
Yeah, John, when I go in Brossard and I look at the schedule, there's no playoff matchup set. It's weird, eh?
That is strange. And Pardon My Swag against Villains.
Same for Division 2.
Division 2 is there or no?
No.
Okay.
Is it this weekend?
No, it's not this weekend.
No, are they... When is the...
It's next Sunday.
Well, the upcoming weekend. Are the Brossard playoffs?
Oh yes.
This weekend.
Yes, sorry, this week. Yes, Sunday was yesterday. What am I saying? Yeah, it is.
Okay. I wasn't asking if it just happened.
Yeah, touche. Yeah, that is strange.
Okay, so what do we got?
I'm almost positive. I should know this. If you go on like the schedule, like the team schedule, you
Outlaws
can see.
and Loud.
Exactly, and then you got Pardon My Swag, Villains, Outlaws Logged. We just finished playing them. Wasn't all that of a close game. I could see it being closer this time. Actually, Love did not have their QB in this one, so scratch that game. Will be the third time we're playing them. Should be a good game. Excited for that one. Can't pick it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Villains, Pardon My Swag. What are your thoughts on that one?
I haven't seen Villains play this season.
Yeah.
I've seen Part of My Swag play, and I think they're good enough to win this game.
I'm going to go with Villains.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you guys playing Villains in the finals.
Because I'd have to pick us. I don't want to pick us to lose.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go.
Division 2?
Div 2.
So
we got
KLB
2 buys.
and 23 got a bye.
Yep.
Then Ravens are playing alternates?
Yes.
Really?
We mentioned last week. Yep.
And was that game close?
Not particularly.
No?
No, it wasn't. Second half we made it somewhat close, but no.
I could see the same thing happening in this time.
Well, hopefully you're wrong. And then
33 to 6 at half.
I told you it wasn't a close game at half.
What'd you guys do?
Didn't play all. And then the other one was
Buccaneer, Rusty Trombones.
Oof, wow.
What do you got?
This game will go to overtime.
Okay.
It is going to finish 27 to 26.
Okay. For who?
Buccaneer.
I say Rusty Trombones. So that means KLB will be playing.
Oh, this is too hypothetical.
Yeah. So in my scenario, KLB are playing Rusty Trombones. In yours, they're playing Buccaneer.
Who's playing Buccaneer?
KLB. Well, you're going to tell me alternates are going to beat Ravens, so then KLB are going to play alternates, right?
In the finals?
No, we're in the semis. There's going to be there's 3 rounds of Brossard.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's just talk about okay, how about we go like this? KLB 28-3, both have a bye.
Yeah.
Which team can you see losing their semifinal?
28-3.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That team that was going for the undefeated season.
I think there's times when I love those guys. I think there's times when inconsistent. I trust KLB more than I do 28-3.
Okay, and let's say a 28-3 KLB finals, the 28-3 stand a chance.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that good for? They're gonna get mad at us, eh?
Yeah, toughen up.
But like, what could we say? There's like,
Bro, take off your diapers and your bibs, drink your warm milk, and toughen up. D1.
D1 what?
What?
What D1?
Well, the finals would be.
What are you talking about?
Bro, it was not Division 2 we just did.
Yeah.
So Division 1 would be hypothetically
We spoke
Outlaws
about it.
against Villains.
We already
Yeah, but
spoke
you have
about
to
it.
give your pick.
Outlaws.
Okay. I can't pick it.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Why are we going back to D1 if we finished D1?
Well, we didn't really finish, bro. You cut corners.
All right. So the moment you've all been waiting for. Is this it?
Oh my gosh, I completely forgot. No, bold predictions first.
Okay.
Okay.
You forgot we were gonna do the thing.
Yes, I did. Bold predictions. You know what? Just to prove how much I love Brossard, I'm going to do a bold prediction for Brossard. You do one for MFL Saturdays.
Okay.
I almost think like Brossard is not MFL. Okay, I'll go first. Bold prediction. Brossard, Sunday, MFL. I can't say that because I'm on the Outlaws.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say neither one team wins the championship. I won't say that.
In
Division...
on Saturday, out of the 5 teams, out of the 5 divisions, only 2 1 seeds are left.
In Division 2, Brossard.
I gotta go to Brossard. Well, go ahead.
As I was saying, in Division 2, Brossard, neither team that got the bye will win the championship.
I was gonna say neither team that got the bye makes it to the finals. That's been bolder. I was gonna say in Division 2 Brossard, the 2 final teams is gonna be the 3rd game of the day in Division 2 because it's quarterfinals.
Meaning 20-3 and KOB will both lose in the semis.
Yeah.
That's bold.
So Montreal, I'm gonna say. If I say 3 games going to overtime, is that bold?
Yep.
Okay. We only have 9 total games.
That's true.
It's 1/3 of the games.
Okay, I'm going to do one for Saturday as well. I'm going to say in all 9 games, no team will score under 21 points.
That's not that bold.
What? Bro, in Div 4, the average score is like 3-1.
Okay. I just don't feel it's that bold.
Well, you're saying
I feel all the teams that are left in the playoffs right now average over 21 points. Like, without looking, all the teams that are left in the playoffs, most probably all average over 21, right?
But then we got some tough defenses to play.
All right. You could have your soft predictions. So it's the moment we've all been waiting for.
Let's go.
So I'll share my screen to the screen behind us. You won't see much right now because it's very, very tiny.
Yes.
And there it is. Wow.
So,
technology, eh?
Goodness, yes.
So you can't really see, but when we're going to spin it, you're going to see the winner.
Is it shuffled?
Up. No, it's not shuffled. I'll shuffle it. You spin the wheel.
Yes, good call.
I don't know if here. I'm going to put the sound to the max. It's a nice little sound it makes.
And if Miss Evans wins again, she gets to pick again.
Yeah. So we got that sound up. I'll shuffle it once. Like, as you can see here, it's all the names. We basically gave a vote for every comment you gave per video. If you commented 5 times on the same video, you still got only 1 vote. But if you commented on every video, you got a vote per video, right? You heard what I said? So if they had a conversation and they commented 5 times on the same video, they're not going to get 5 votes, right?
Yeah, I understand English. Thank you.
Sometimes you don't.
Oh.
So I shuffled it now. Everything is mixed up. And
Yeah,
it's ready to...
you shuffled it that quickly.
I mean, there's a button shuffle and it shuffles. I don't know.
You have to do that?
So you see where it says tap to spin?
Yeah.
Just tap.
The moment we're waiting for, folks. Just tap the button right in there.
Where it says tap to spin, yeah.
Here we go, folks.
Oh, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning.
My gut is telling me Max is going to win.
Manu!
Started with an M and an A, but it was not Max. It was Manu.
Congratulations.
Respect. Hey, I like Manu. Cool guy. He commented every week.
He did.
I think.
I also thought Max should win, though, because he commented every week from the beginning. And
For real.
Yeah, he was in the tiebreaker with Dave. But if we can't give it to who we want to, right?
No, we can't. Congrats, Manu. You get next season 50% off. Then maybe with...
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Maybe you'll send some with the team.
What?
I just bugged. Maybe he'll spread some of that with the team.
All right.
Next season.
Another team. So see you guys Saturday.
Yes, finals, sleepover Friday night. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. When you go to bed Friday night, picture getting that game-winning sack, that game-winning catch, that game-winning safety, that game-winning touchdown. Folks, it all comes down to this. MFL Finals.
See you on Saturday.